also in their lives, to change their lives. We really are pushing for people to become volunteers. As a matter of fact, Christmas at the Salvation Army is huge. So my thing is, instead of, which I love it that people want to take care of our children and that they want to, just flourish them with gifts and, just bring it on and continue to do that. But I'm really brainstorming about how our children could be on the giving end and learn the joy of giving.
Deronda, define for me Center of Hope, and what does that mean to you in your growth in life?
I think when I think about the Center of Hope, I think about it as a physical center because we have so many services there, including the Boys and Girls Club for our kids, but also think about it being the center of someone's life and sort of touching the center of someone's life. So when people come to our facility, they are not the same. It's not hardly a week that goes past that someone will call me and they'll say, sometimes people think I remember when we serve 3,000 people a year. And sometimes they know I couldn't remember them, just to tell me their story. I came to the Salvation Army. I had a food line bag. All my clothes was there. I'm in graduate school now. So what I want the Center of Hope to be is just to be that place where people can come, can find hope, their lives can change. That's the mission of the Salvation Army. That's my goal for people that we serve. And one of the things that I really want us to do, and we really are doing it well, is really break this generational poverty and hopelessness.
I know you do a lot of turnover as far as the individuals that's coming in and out. How does that make you feel when you see them come back or when they contact you and say thank you?
Wow. It really touches my heart. And, because, I think a lot of us, have a testimony. You get excited to know that this is what we're in the business to do. This is what we're in the business to do, is to change lives so people can come back and say, thank you. I want to give back. This is a huge one. When I'm out in the community, I see people and they'll say, can I come back to the Salvation Army? Can I volunteer? Can I come back? Can I tell my story? And that's how we continue. That's how we continue to be that center for hope.
You seem to be like one big family. And I know you're probably one of the biggest facility like this in the country, and you're doing a great job on it. What do you see the Center of Hope 5 years from now?
I hope that 5 years from now that we'll really have some plans in place to shift a little bit from having people in an emergency shelter and having more housing. That is one of the strategic plans in the city, in our 10-year plan, and also in our National HUD strategic plan. The federal plan to end homelessness, saying that we're going to end chronic homelessness in 2015, and we're going to end homelessness for veterans in 2015. And veterans is a population now. We just added 26 beds to serve female veterans and their families. So that is the goal. Now, when you think about that and when you hear that, you think that's impossible. But I kid you not, I have been a witness to seeing a reduction in chronic homelessness this year. I was involved in a project with the city of Charlotte, myself and 10 other agencies, with ending homelessness for 100 households in 100 days. It was a national move across the country. And in Charlotte, we did it. We did it. As a matter of fact, we ended it for 107 households. So I see, hopefully, the Center of Hope, some of our dorms becoming employment centers because we won't need those beds. So that's my vision, and I think it's possible.
I know. How involved were you with the mayor? I know we just had Mayor Fox to leave. And how involved were you with the mayor and the politicians in a program of your nature?
Well, I work with the city staff on a daily basis with our strategic plan in Charlotte to reduce and end homelessness. Right now, we've hired some outside consultants to come in and to look at our entire homeless system. So really involved and excited about that, because we really did need to look at the system. And because what was happening is that there's still a population of people we're not serving. So there's some people that are homeless that are not getting services. So I've been pretty much involved with it. Work more closely with the housing authority than the council, but definitely very aware of the mayor's plan, and was a part of the advocacy group to get the city and county to adopt our 10-year plan.
How has the economy affected your program and all the services that you're able to provide?
So on a federal level, we're experiencing some cuts. So we'll be seeing a reduction in some of our dollars to do housing. So that's going to impact us on a program level. As far as the economy, most of the families and single women that we have in the shelter, as I said, it's an income issue. So their only way out of homelessness is employment. So as employment, it's, as a community, as we're challenged with unemployment, of course it challenges the folks that we serve. One of the things that we do rapid rehousing. So we move families out sometimes prior to them getting employment. And the goal is that in 3 months they have employment. So for some of those families, the majority of them are succeeding. I want to say that because I didn't think that model would work, but the majority are succeeding. But for some, it is a challenge still with getting employment.
I heard that you do some traveling with some of the youth in your program.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about some of the traveling that you have done recently, and how does that impact these children's lives?
So we took our children to Washington, D.C. 2 years in a row. And it was so interesting because we really made it where they were not just going to have a summer vacation, although we had a good vacation. But they really became serious about their commitment to be a voice for children that were homeless across this country. So we went to Washington and just had a great time, visit with our senator, with our congressman, and it was an opportunity for our kids to be a voice in their own lives. And they did an excellent job with being a voice for themselves and for other kids and for their moms. And one of the things that really, really stuck out to me is that I realized when we had to return to the shelter, I was like, we really have to get more housing. And thankfully at that time, my colleague at the Charlotte Housing Authority, who was the CEO at that time and DSS director, got them on the phone, and we immediately started putting some programs in place. So our kids are our voice. I hear our kids. When they tell me something, things start changing. Things start moving. They mentioned something about we don't like the bathroom. The bathroom had to be renovated, So they have a powerful voice, and I want them to know that they have a powerful voice, because a lot of times for our moms, they don't know that they have a voice. And that's why we have to be committed to I don't want to be their voice, but just help them to voice what it is that they need.
Deronda, as you go on, where do you see yourself at 5 years from now? Not just the program, but just Deronda Metz. Because you've been with the Center of Hope for a number of years.
Yeah, that is an amazing question. 5 years from now, I'm also a clinician too. So I said I may do some private practice, but one thing's for sure, after having a good career, one of the things that I look in my own life is mentoring others, working with younger people, which I do get a chance to. I get a chance to work with young professionals and getting a chance to mentor and to teach and just making a difference for the next generation of social workers that are in this profession too. So those are things that are important to me, is to build leaders and, with our children, with our young professionals. And I don't know exactly what I'll be doing 5 years from now, but I think it will involve that.
I know the community, they really appreciate what you do for them and helping the individuals out. How do we give back, or how do we help out volunteering? What are some of the processes that it take for us to become a volunteer with your program?
So if people want to volunteer with the Salvation Army, we do have a volunteer department. The holiday season is coming up, so anywhere from bell ringers We serve about 10,000 families in this community through our Christmas Services Center. Lots of volunteer opportunities. The number to volunteer is 704-348-2560, and you'll be prompted to where you would need to, the buttons you need to push to become a volunteer. So.
I heard one time you had, I think Power 98 may have had a function going on. Tell us a little bit about that function. I think it's an annual event that they.
Yeah, very exciting. You know, who would have known that this partnership would have last past Hurricane Katrina? Okay. We started working with Power 98 during that time and did a radiothon. And every year, regardless of how much money we raise, some years we raise more than others. We raise awareness big time to a community, and Power 98 reaches an audience that may not necessarily be a normal Salvation Army donor, but it gives them an opportunity to get involved and become a donor. And believe it or not, when you think about an organization like the Salvation Army, you think about a lot of money, but to be honest, most of our donors are really those donors that give that $5, $10, $20. During the holiday season, that money that goes in that kettle, that's how we raise money. But we're thankful for the partnership with Power 98. Always excited about it. Hopefully it'll go on for years and years. And I have to confess, when we do that radiothon, I really don't do any work. I don't do any work at all. I just enjoy just the benefit of meeting people and just being there. And they do all the hard work. So.
If we wanted to get in contact with you, Deronda, how we go about doing it? So
my contact information, it's best to contact me through email, and it's my name, Deronda.Metz at uss.salvationarmy.org. I can also be reached in my office at the 704-348-2560 number too. Okay, we're getting close to the end of the show and stuff. What would you like to say to our community as far as what they do to help you in your program? I'd like to say to our community, I would just, a big thank you, because we do get a lot, whether it's the faith community or individuals and people that want to help. I don't want us to be discouraged, because there is a lot of people that we are not able to help. We have some finite resources, and we can't help everybody. I don't want us to get discouraged. However, I do want us to continue to think about our brothers and sisters in this community that do find themselves without a shelter and without a home, and start brainstorming about what are some real solutions to end this issue of homelessness. In Charlotte, it's kind of tricky, because if you come from a large metropolitan city, you see homelessness all over the street. In Charlotte, sometimes you don't, because people have to, really they hide. Deronda, we're running out of time. I really appreciate you coming on the show, and anytime you want to come back and talk about Salvation Center and Hope, you're more than welcome. Okay, well, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the show. You be encouraged. Thank you.
Wow. Just one of the many exciting episodes of the Paul Brown Show. Thank you for watching. If you would like to get more information about my guests, or if you'd like to know some information about just the show, just email me at paulmbrown01@yahoo.com. Just look forward to more exciting guests on the show. You be encouraged. Thank you.